As of April 2nd, questions such as which retaliatory measures will be implemented, how they will be received by the US, and how the world markets will price these moves are still unanswered. Nevertheless, Prime Minister Carney's statement on March 27, 2025 that nothing is off the table suggests that events are likely to be much more dramatic than expected.
Has just announced a series of retaliatory measures, including 25% tariffs on a variety of American goods. Here's the Canadian Finance Minister breaking it down.
US President Donald Trump has followed through on his tariff threats. He has signed an order to levy 25% tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico.
I am announcing Canada will be responding to the US trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
The trade friendship between Canada and the United States has turned into a hit-and-run struggle in recent days. The Trump administration's tariffs on Canadian steel and automobiles, coupled with Ottawa's massive retaliatory tariffs, have escalated the situation. Both the United States automotive giants and Canada's energy sector are caught in the eye of this new trade storm. And this time, the challenge comes not from Mexico or Europe, but from Canada, seen as the closest ally. How will giant brands such as Tesla, Ford, and GMC experience difficulties in the Canadian market is the question at the center of this tension. After March 4th, Canada imposed a 25% tariff on 30 billion Canadian dollars worth of goods in its first round of tariff retaliation against the United States. And furthermore, if the situation does not change, a second round of retaliatory tariffs worth 125 billion Canadian dollars will be imposed in 21 days. But it is not only the size of the second round of retaliation that is critical, but also its specific focus. It covers the largest industries, from automotive to energy oil, electricity, and gas, from steel to aluminum. So, what does Canada's second round of retaliatory tariffs, worth a staggering 125 billion Canadian dollars, mean? And how will these tariffs affect the American automotive and energy sectors? And what does it mean for giant brands like Tesla, GM, and Ford? We are looking for big answers to big questions. Who will win in this trade war? Or will everyone lose? Let us take a look at all these developments together. But first, do not forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and like our video. Because this economic crisis, ignited in America's closest neighbor, is not only affecting the two countries, but also the world. First, let us remember briefly, the trade relationship between Canada and the United States has long been one of the most important and stable economic partnerships in the world. With over 8,800 kilometers of shared border and an annual trade volume of over $700 billion, the economic ties between these two North American giants are deeply intertwined. But 2025 marked a turning point for this historically strong partnership. Washington's new tariffs and Canada's harsh retaliation are shaking the balance of trade between the two countries, particularly targeting the automotive, steel, aluminum, and energy sectors. These tariffs directly affect not only companies, but also the pockets of millions of workers and consumers. So how did this trade war between Canada